These three exercises are the ones I recommend to every single person over 50 who wants to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. If you want to maintain your independence for life, never skip these exercises. Now, before I show you them, I just need to make you aware they're not going to be suitable for everyone, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. The first exercise I would never skip as an over 50 is the side step lower. And this is such an important exercise because the goal of this exercise is to build up your eccentric strength in your legs. Now, the truth is, for people over 50, many falls happen as we're coming down a step. And the reason people fall is because they lack strength in their legs to control that downward phase. And this exercise is amazing for building it back up. So here's how it looks. You need your bottom step at home. I'm going to use one of these flimsy steps, but don't do that if you're doing this practically at home. So let's pretend this is your bottom step and you've got your handle on your staircase, your banister to hold on to here. I'm going to use the wall. You want to stand like this, so you're facing the side of your staircase, holding onto your banister, one foot on the step, the other one hanging off. Feel free to hold on because we're not challenging balance here. And all you're going to do is really slowly bend that knee that's on the step and lower your other leg down as slowly as you can. And when your foot touches the floor, you're going to come back up at a normal speed and repeat. Simple as that. We're just going to really slowly lower ourselves down, touch the ground, and then come back up. Now, it's such a small movement, but most people find this really tough because we're challenging the muscle in that eccentric phase, which is where most people find it most challenging. However, you also get your biggest bang for your buck when you do this kind of thing. So after you've done several repetitions, let's say somewhere between 10 and 15, you can swap sides and then do the other side. So holding onto your banister like this, and then very slowly bending that knee, trying to keep everything in line to lower yourself down. Now, you might find as you're doing this, you get to here and then you lose control and you have to flop. That's fine, okay? It's great to begin with, just giving it a try. And as you build strength, you'll be able to slow down that phase as you get stronger. So if you do this regularly, I would do a set of 10 or 15 on each leg, come back to it once or twice a day for a couple of weeks, and it's going to make a huge difference to your confidence and your strength. As a side note, I discussed the concept of building up eccentric strength in my book, Thriving Beyond 50, which is basically a manual for people over 50 to help you fix all of the common aches and pains and problems that plague this age group. You can find details of the book in the description box below this video. Sticking with the bottom step theme, the second exercise you should never skip as an over 50 is heel raises on a step. And this is such an important exercise because it strengthens your calf muscle, which provides 70% of your forward propulsion when you walk. So people who walk slow or who walk without confidence, they tend to have weak calves. This exercise can fix it. So all you need for this is your bottom step. Again, we're going to hold on to some banisters, this time facing the staircase. So hold on with two hands. You're going to stand on your bottom step like this. So the front half of your feet are on the step, and the back half of the heels are dropping down, and you want to keep dropping them down until you start to feel a bit of a stretch in your calves on both sides. Now, once you've got that stretch, all we're going to do there is push up onto tiptoes and then slowly come back down like this. Find that stretch again and then go straight back up and then back down. You're going to keep that movement going. Now, with this exercise, you're probably going to need more repetitions before you start to feel it in your calves than we did in that last one, but it's such an important strengthener. And I'd like you to keep going until you get a working ache in both calves, and then you're going to have a 60-second rest, repeat it a couple more times, or do more throughout the day, whichever you prefer. The result is exactly the same, and it's so good for improving your walking. So keep working on that. Don't stop until you get that working ache. The good thing about this exercise is it also lengthens your calf muscle, so it stops it from becoming tight. And let's have a look at the final exercise that I would never skip if I was over 50. The final exercise I would never skip if I was over the age of 50 is probably my most prescribed exercise, and that's the sit to stand. And it's so good because it's so easy to do, but it strengthens all the right muscles in your legs and keeps you strong for life. Here's how you do it. Find a dining room chair and shuffle right to the edge of your chair so your sitting bones are just perched on the chair. Put your feet flat on the floor, just behind your knees if you can. Take your hands out the way, and then it's nose over toes. Stand up like this, and then put it straight into reverse. Stick your bottom out, bend your knees, and slowly lower on the way back down. Now we want to come down so slowly, it's almost like a feather landing on the chair. You don't want the chair to creak or groan or make any kind of noise. It should be slow and controlled. And that's how we build up that all-important eccentric strength, which protects you from falls and many other common problems. So what I'd recommend you do for this, rather than do it like sets and reps and things like that, just do 5 every time you sit down for a meal. So that's 5 for breakfast, 5 for lunch, 5 in the evening. Sounds like almost nothing, but it makes a huge difference to strength and mobility over time. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope that's been useful. If it has, do drop a comment below and let us know, because we love to read your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one.